First practice is mountain. So we're going to do this against the wall. I'm going to get Radhika to bring her back to the side wall. Heels away from the wall about 5 centimeters. Feet are hip width apart. Knees off lock. Knees off lock. Position the buttocks and pelvises so they rest to the wall evenly. Check yourself that there's equal pressure on both sides. Rest the upper back to the wall. Shoulder blades spread, shoulders relaxed. Arms to the sides with palms forward. Hands don't need to be on the wall, they can be just to the sides of the hips. Draw the chin in and lengthen through the crown of the head, and if possible get the back of the head towards the wall. Relax the chest down. Feel the upper back pressing towards the wall. Draw the lower tummies in to check that you haven't overly got an arch of your lower back. Some people can exaggerate the lower back arch when they're standing. Our goal with this is to check alignment. When you feel steady here, reach the hands forward for a moment and just check your upper back core. Shoulders relaxed, chest tight, inside edges touching the wall, and press the upper back into the wall that little bit more. Do you feel that upper back strength? Good. Remember that feeling now and turn and face the wall. Place the hands on the wall as though you're doing a push-up. Hands about mid-chest height. Keep the elbows in close, arms reasonably straight. Establish all the good core practices. Hip width feet, knees off lock, pelvis is level, tummies in. Shoulders lowered, upper back's wide. Think of the middle back pressing backwards, not pressing your chest forwards. Chin in, head up. From here, if appropriate, begin to do the push-up. Lowering yourself towards the wall, halfway, and then pressing back to straight. Keep the elbows close in as you do this practice. And try to imagine your whole body is like a stick. It's stable. There's no movement except at the ankles. Keep the tummies in so the spine remains nice and stable. When we do this in a stronger version on the ground, we call it the stick posture, where your goal is to keep that really strong, stable position through the spine. Good. Finish this one off. Come back to the mat position. Come into mountain again. And check you can do the mountain again without the wall. But the same principles. Feet hip width. Knees off lock. Weight even between the feet. Equal pressures between heels and ball feet. Toes relaxed and long. Pelvis is level and stable in line with the ankles. Tummy muscles lightly in, waist thin. Not overly arching lower back. Shoulder blades lowered and wide, palms forward. Chins in and lengthen through the crown. Actively try to make yourself a few centimeters taller. Careful not to go into extension and lean backward though. Keep the chest soft. Breathe naturally through the nose. Feel strong and stable as a mountain. Now Radhika's going to turn side on to demonstrate chair posture. So from mountain, she's going to bend the knees and take the tails back into chair posture. Always mindful of keeping the knees behind the toes So there's a little more weight to the heels. The spine is natural. It's still in its natural curves. So coming up and down with chair posture. She can do a very small chair or she can go a deeper chair. So you find what's appropriate for you. Be mindful as you do this bending that the knees align with your feet. If you are weak in your hips, you'll find your knees coming together. So they may roll in together. So keep that control. You may like to balance the practice by letting the arms sweep forwards. Keep that rhythmic breath as you do chair posture. Keeping the good core. Very good. So coming back up to mountain, radical turn to face forward again to demonstrate half moon posture. Feet are a little bit wider than hips. She takes her right arm up towards her right ear, palm facing inward. She can take her left arm and lightly press it onto her left pelvis. So as the name suggests, it's a side bend. So on the exhale, the tummies come in, the body side bends to the left, the pelvis is slightly moved to the right. And then coming back up. Keep length through this practice. And you don't need to do a large side bend, it's what accommodates your own flexibility. A stronger version of this is if Radhika brings both arms up and side bends without the support. The side muscles need to work a little bit harder this way. Keep those tummy muscles in as you do the action. Release the arms and let's do the second side. Try to get left arm close to ear, palm facing inward, shoulders relaxed. As you exhale, tummies draw flat and you gently side bend. Pelvis is slightly moved, this time to left as the body moves to the right. So easy version or stronger version with the arms both overhead. Good. Release the arms, return to mountain. Take a breath and just note how you feel from those really simple practices. Radhika is now going to step towards the short end of her mat. Again in mountain with the feet hip width apart. We're going to go into Warrior 1 practice. To do this, she's going to bend her knees as for chair. Take the weight to the left. Gently step the right foot straight back, not behind. So go straight back in the same line as it was. If you have trouble doing this, use the edge of your mat. So you can actually get a little bit closer to the edge of the mat and you can check that you're in that right position. You lower the heel in so that the toes is turned out slightly. The body is upright. If you've overstepped behind, just bring that foot forward again. You'll know if you've overstepped behind if you can't have your pelvis is facing to the short edge of your mat. If Radhika places her hands onto her pelvis, she can just demonstrate that it's not twisted to the side, but it's facing forward. That's what you're after. Be mindful that your right knee is aligning towards your toes. Your left knee is over the ankle. And the middle of the kneecap is moving towards your second toe. So it's in that good, strong, aligned position. The spine is upright and natural, core tummy muscles lightly in. Arms by the sides. If you want, you can add the arm action. As you inhale, raise the arms up overhead, long fingers. Exhale, bringing them back down. Feel the strong base. Be mindful, even in this action, that the shoulder blades are in that wide core position. Good. Radical, now step forward and do the second side. So from chair, we step straight back, so we still have hip width distance. Heel is in, toes out slightly. Foot even, weight through the heel, toes even. Knees slightly turned or in line with the toes. On the back and the front. Pelvis is forward. Spine's upright. Aware of the cords. Inhale if you want and add the arm action. A flowing breath. Flowing movement. Feel length as you reach up from that stable base. Really be mindful of that front knee hasn't rolled inward or outward, keeping the knee, middle of the kneecap in line with that second toe. Let's come out of it again, back to mountain. Take a short breath pause. Feel the body. Feel your own energy. Now Radhika's going to step to the middle of the mat facing this way. Feet together. Preparing for warrior number 2 practice. Now she's going to take the feet apart, keeping them each in line with the other. So not one forward of the other, we're in that same symmetry. Good. Pelvis is stable and level. She's going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. She's going to adjust the back left heel a little bit to be comfortable. She's going to bend the right knee over the right ankle, the kneecap aligning towards that second toe, being very mindful of using your outer hip muscles to rotate that knee outward into that right position. A good check for this, that you'll note that the arches are lifting and engaging as well. There should be a light stretch on that back left inner thigh. If she places the hands on her pelvis, as you to show that you want to have the pelvises level. They may not be in line fully with the mat, but they want to be level, not one lifted higher than the other. The torso more or less faces the long edge of your mat. Think good core, tummy's in. If you want, you can add the arm action by bringing the arms up and spreading wide apart. Shoulder blades spreading away from the midline, not squeezing back. Right arm in line with right thigh, left arm in line with left thigh, looking towards the right. This can be held steady or could be a dynamic action where she inhales and straightens the right knee, the arms lift up overhead. Exhale, she bends the right knee and the arms lower to the warrior 2 position. So these are just some variations to the practice. Good. This time she's going to lower the arms and straighten the right knee. Keeping the legs now more or less straight. If required for the next posture, she may need to bring the feet closer together, but for her, she can keep her legs as she is. Now she's going to turn the body a little bit towards the right. If needed, the knees just very slightly bent on the right. And she's going to bend the body towards the right leg. No, Radhika, listen to the instruction. Turn the body, bend the body forward, place the left hand on the pelvis, and now rotate that left pelvis upward and open. So she's rolling into the triangle posture. Get her to demonstrate this again. It's a nicer way for many people to come into triangle posture because you get the right positioning and much less strain on your hips and spine. A little bend forward, and now rotate the left pelvis upward and outward. In triangle posture, if you do it properly, you should feel the right inner thigh, there's a stretch. The left hand doesn't have to get down to the ground. It may be high up on the leg or the thigh, according to your flexibility. Radhika is lower down because she has more flexibility. Or right hand down. She can stay like this, or she can reach the left hand to the ceiling and spread those shoulder blades again. Keep the shoulders relaxed from the ears, and be mindful the spine is neutral. It's not bent forward. It's as though you could be leaning back against the wall in a straight line. Some people try to get down too low and bend the body forward. Our goal is to not do this if possible. Lower the arm and we'll come back out of the practice. Knee might bend a bit, give you support to ease yourself up. Bring yourself facing that neutral forward position before we do the second side. So first do warrior 2. So left toes open 90 degrees. Adjust the back heel outward slightly. Level the pelvises. Let the left knee bend in line with the ankle, kneecap centered towards the second toe. Use your outer left hip muscles to activate and get that knee opening on that left side. Level the pelvises. Feel the inner right hip muscle stretch. Arches lightly up and engaged. She can lift the arms if she wants and bring in the arm action. Spread the shoulder blades, reach the arms apart, left arm aligning with the left thigh, right arm aligning with the right thigh. This time she looks towards the left. If there's any tension in the upper shoulder, she could turn the palms up, and that sometimes helps to reduce the tension. We can take the dynamic action as she inhales and straightens the left knee, the arms raise up. She exhales and the knee bends, the arms reach out. Notice the coordination of breathing and movement. And see how the arms are reasonably equal heights. Keeping no tension in the upper shoulders. Good. Now release the arms and prepare for the triangle stretch. If feet need to come a little closer together, that's okay. This time knees are more straight. She's going to turn the body a little bit towards the left this time and bend forward from your hips, just where comfortable. This time now she's going to rotate the right pelvis upward and slightly out. So it's using the outer left hip muscles to help get that rotation. She doesn't have to reach right to the ground, remember. If you're tight, you'll be holding higher up. We want the spines aligned and neutral. That's not a side bend of the spine. And the spine isn't reaching forward, it's in line with the pelvis. The upper back is in line with the pelvis. Spread the shoulder blades. Arms straight apart from each other. Head can be looking up, but it's also very practical for many people just to look forward or even slightly down. Breathe easily. To come out of triangle posture, knee bends slightly and use the strength to lift yourself back up. Return back to the parallel position. And then when you're ready, walk or hop the legs back to mountain. Take a breath and steady yourself and observe the body.